And so it flies. Surprisingly. A stone town in the sky. I wonder how many live here. Or lived here before we boarded. And our room was paid for. I find that alarming in some ways. How do they know? How can they verify that we had had the dream? How do they know? And who are they? Who funds? My cat's trying to get up onto the bed. Big jumpies, there you go. Sansa, don't you eat that. Hey! You know better, girly pants. Yeah. This way? Yes. Walls are much taller on this side. I can't see over the edge. It's okay. I'm your a piece.
We were by the farm before. Which farm?
I think it's back where we were.
That was where we were.
It's a lot of exploring.
That was back where we were.
Completely new place without Jasper and Natsumi.
Which means
Tavern's right over there.
the left is down.
Shops are homes, I suppose. And a dead end, unfortunately. Morning.
Me, you made it on after all?
Something told me that I should. Hopefully you passed through security well.
Yes, I was a bit confused. They said that my ticket had already been paid for. I had a room at some place called an inn.
I see. I was told the same. I didn't quite understand who had done so, though. I find that a bit alarming.
There are very few people that I know, so I don't think anyone here would have done it.
No. Something to investigate, to be certain.
Investigate.
Don't you find it a bit odd? Someone has names down on a list. Irrefutably understand that many have had dreams and decided to pay for a stay for us? Does that not raise any red flags for you?
I'm not sure what you mean by that. I haven't seen a red flag around.
I forgot. It's a figure of speech.
It is weird, though.
Something to cause concern.
It is concerning. A lot of things are to me.
So I've noticed. Is that a map?
Yes. Though some people mentioned that the inn is not marked on it.
How very helpful.
I'm going to be honest, half the time I meet someone, I'm a little drunk. No one
Can you read?
I can.
Right.
My family taught me. It says that this is the inn here. I suppose they just missed it.
It's to be
Oh, yes.
bathrooms. Never mind, the entrance must be somewhere else.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well,
They're very nice inside, I
we're
promise.
here.
Oh, there we go. The inn,
Perhaps in that way.
if anywhere is the inn, it's definitely the big building, all the way at the top. Right. Well, yes. Let's see.
Something tells
Let's see.
me that might be the inn.
Well, they
over
must
there.
have a way to get
Over there.
in. Oh, did you? No. Let's see.
Pardon? Yes, but our friend, well, canary fellow, Finch, is over there, and he was looking for the inn.
You don't mind that I follow you?
Not at all. I'd rather not be alone. Strange new places are better explored together, are they not?
I suppose so. I've never had a traveling companion before.
That's a little upsetting. I imagine traveling with a friend would be quite comfortable.
I didn't have friends before coming to Milsante. Or, well, the only person who has said that they are my friend is Leto.
Ah, the one with the wings.
Yes, the smaller wings. And he has that strip of silver-looking hair.
Almost like yours. But you said you'd only just met him, right?
Yes. I think the closest thing I had to a friend before was a bird that followed me on part of my journey.
Either knock or try the door. It's a town hall. I assume it's more of a public place.
A bird. Did you feed it?
It seems to eat from the same berry bushes that I was eating from. I guess it thought that if it saw me eat, then it was safe. Which is the thought process I use for getting food as well.
What happened to this bird?
It just stopped following eventually. I think maybe it had a family to go back to. I'm not like birds.
Can you say something? I could not hear anything that you just said.
You are not like birds.
I don't have a family to go to.
No, that's not needed. We should leave some room for others if they need it.
Something we have in common then. There is your friend.
Eka. Leto.
Yes.
There's a lot of people over there, and there's also the one who pointed the gun at me.
Who?
The one with the purple. Dina. And
Yeah,
she thought I was stalking her and Eka in Milsante.
So a misunderstanding that she's since apologized for?
I can get used to one of the
No one has apologized to me.
I've never heard of a game called Pool.
It's quite unfortunate. Perhaps we can explore together then.
If you'll have me along, then.
I've already told you. I don't mind. I apologize for my skepticism. Well, I am excited to be part of such a inventive journey. It is all still very new.
Mm. I was told by my family to be careful around other people, to not trust them easily.
Did you heed their warning?
Mm. I'm scared of a lot of people, so I suppose so. So I don't know what marks easy trust in it.
Thank you.
I suppose my first word of advice would be to not allow others to so easily see your fear, lest they take advantage of it.
Mm.
If they know that you are afraid, then they will feel like they can hurt you. We can't have that.
Mm. I don't want to be hurt.
I consider you a friend. I don't have many of those here. I wouldn't allow you to be hurt.
No.
As I'm sure you would do the same for me.
Thank you.
You've been very kind. Very gentle. I appreciate that.
It's an inn. There are placards on the
She's
dresses
so
Mm.
naive.
hanging on the doors to take them.
I don't want to hurt people.
I almost want to protect her. But there's so much I don't know, and so much I must learn.
Yes. There's also alcohol and stuff.
I don't know what being here will call for us to do.
You'll have to excuse her. Excuse me.
Mm. At least not people who don't deserve it. My family said that there'd be times where I would need to defend myself. But for the time being, I've simply mastered the art of fleeing.
Sometimes it's better to run than fight. I am not a fighter. I don't really do well.
Are you capable of any magics?
Some. Learning, I suppose.
What kind of affinities do you have?
I'm a tempest.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
As am I.
With you on my shoulder.
Really?
Sounds like the
Mm.
pain or pain in my neck.
I wouldn't have expected that.
Mm. Why not?
I suppose mind mages have a certain air about them. You don't exude it.
Mm.
But maybe that's unfair of me to judge.
Oh, I'm... Mm. I've never done anything with mine.
Then what can you do?
Oh, sorry about that. I apologize. Are you okay?
I spent a lot of time learning to allow my body to
It wasn't
fall into the
intentional.
shadows
I'm
around
sorry.
me
Doesn't look like there's one over
and
here.
manipulate
I
them.
know, I'm not mad at you so much as shaking off the fact.
It's good for getting away from people
Fair enough.
when you're
Well,
not
I agree
physically
to that
there.
part, right?
The only downside is not being physically there means I can't
Fair enough.
physically interact with anything.
I'm sorry.
Simply move and
You know,
observe.
I could make it up to you. You know, if you want, later on, I
That
could buy you a
suits you
drink.
somehow.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll turn down free drink.
Great.
You think so?
Well,
In fact, I envy your ability to
the
hide.
rooms, because we presume this is the inn.
I find that I'm
Everyone
not
else
very
already.
good at it.
I haven't. I'm.
We can work on it together, maybe.
Fair enough. But,
I suppose
I
it
mean,
depends on what branches you
well,
have
I don't
compared to
know
my own.
That was my requisite.
We could talk about it sometime.
Right. Fair enough.
Mm.
Well, I don't want to keep you any longer.
The other downside to it is it's a concentration type spell. It does take constant flow of mana.
We're similar in that regard as well. Lots of focus. It easily backfires. Can be quite
Have you seen
disruptive
I mean,
and painful.
they have the farm.
Indoor
so
thunderstorm?
maybe they might.
Mm.
I don't know how weird that some of the dwarves can be, but they're the ones who built the thing.
Why would they why would they make that?
So how would they replicate it?
Because they could.
Huh.
Yeah, but they don't
What
have
is
magic.
this?
How could they replicate it though? It's like runes or something.
This
idea.
looks to be...
I mean, they could possibly do runes, or they had somebody else do it.
We gotta find the room quick.
Okay, let's just.
a bathhouse.
That one?
It's warm.
I'm just saying, minus 2 open beds.
2 times.
Mm.
There's also that.
Have you ever been to one?
We either go with him or you pick. I don't.
No.
How would
I,
we pick? We going with them or are we going over there?
have,
You're breaking me. Let's just go.
They have many in Hinode.
I've bathed,
You know your,
but
that was way at least you know your roommate. Unless someone already has chosen your.
usually bathing with done with a bucket of cold.
Alright, well... Alfie, promise me this. While you are here, you will live. You will enjoy yourself in the new luxuries that you have. It's steamy in here. It's starting to make my skin sweat. And make me nauseous and uncomfortable. Nice to know that there's a bathhouse. Of course. Is that odd for you?
Well, not
The
that
first
way.
time someone has told me.
Hmm.
Hopefully it didn't say anything wrong.
No.
Okay.
Is it too warm in here?
Mm,
You're turning red.
maybe.
Perhaps we should go before you end up on the ground.
Oh, okay.
It's the last thing I'd want. First day collapsing in the bathhouse. It would make for an interesting story, though.
What
Something to look back on. Has he done something to you?
Not him. His bird. It pecked me in the forehead.
Did you do something to it?
I'm unsure. They were making noises at it, and it was making noises back. And then I tried, and it pecked me in the forehead.
Forgive me, Alfie. It sounds like it was deserved. Finally, a library.
Oh, library?
You know, a house of knowledge, home of books.
I've never seen so many books in one place before.
I get the feeling that the list of things that you have seen is far shorter than the list of things that you haven't.
I suppose that is true.
Well, hopefully that list gets shorter while you're here then. I have a feeling I'll be spending a lot of time here.
I do like to read, but I've only ever read the grimoire that my family gave me.
Is it that? It's important to you?
Yes. I'm a studying mage, so there's lots of important spells in there I should know.
Does it contain anything else other than spells?
I think there's some notes here and there about alchemy ingredients, but I've never taken much interest.
Morning.
Good morning.
I see. So you're not an alchemist then?
No. I could learn, but I think that magic is my hobby.
I've never been much of an alchemist
There's
either.
definitely very interesting choices. I guess I should go speak with I was about to say hobby. With
Shall
Molly.
we look and see what the rooms
Speak
are
with
like?
Molly about it. So I'll catch you around, Hoppy. Right, it was fun.
Yes, if you'd like.
Quaint. They certainly don't shove you into a cupboard. Plenty of space. Huh. Hello there. It's all right. We were just exploring. Next, you're going to tell me that you've never slept in a bed.
Is that what this is?
Oh my god. Yes. It's a mattress. Pillows full of feathers or cotton. Blankets to keep warm at night.
Becca keeps telling me I'm missing
Now it's a
out
party.
when she hears the things that I've not done.
We're exploring just
taking
as
more
you
rooms.
are. Feel free. We're not. We're
Okay.
just looking. Perhaps we need a proper night's rest and a bed. Unless you're like the
only
Fae.
Ever slept on a... I don't believe I am.
I just mean that in a way where they like to sleep outside. Amongst the trees.
I've
Not a scrap
only
of dust.
slept on a stone floor and outdoors. But that's because I was too afraid of people.
I see.
And because I wasn't allowed to sleep anywhere else before.
Will you be choosing a room?
Possibly. What about you, May?
I think I will. I probably will choose a room.
It will be fine. I just need to stay in your shadow.
There's not enough rooms for all of the people who boarded that they said would have one.
What do you mean?
There were more people than the amount of room.
And
Which means some people will need to stay together.
Don't want it to be bothersome one day.
yes. I've noticed that there seems to be extra beds in various rooms.
This room has 2 large beds.
I appreciate the varying layouts. I imagine they knew that they would have to be housing those who were not familiar with one another, roommate style. We keep running into each other. Perhaps we should introduce ourselves.
Well, I'm a depot. Nice to meet you.
May. Pleasure.
Ailfay.
It's nice to meet you. I'm a depot. Well, I don't think I quite deserve a bow just yet.
I'm simply used to the gesture.
That's quite alright. To be fair, you two are only the second people I've met without having either run into or been run into. And I mean that literally.
That's rather rude. It's not as if they can't see you, with how bright your hair is.
Oh no, to be fair, the first time was my fault. Unfortunately, I was not looking where I was going in the city centre. The second time, I was in front of a door. But that one was slightly more painful.
That's rather unfortunate. Are you one of those who have
My
also
arm's
seen the
wrapped up
dream?
I am, but I haven't yet signed up as an adventurer.
I see. Where are you, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, my parents travelled around a lot, but
Another
spent the
traveller.
last 80 years until last year.
Ah, I see. A long way to
Well,
travel then.
outside the walls at least.
Mm.
Yeah. Wasn't like I had much
Well,
to
again,
leave
it's
behind.
I understand. I left my home to travel as well. There are a few here who have done the same. Hopefully, you can make some acquaintances without running into them.
Well, I imagine I've already made 2.
Perhaps.
I'm like not even started to feel a buzz yet.
I have a plan.
Perhaps we should find one of
Get
those
a
three
mug. Any
three
kind of material,
bedrooms.
probably good material.
Ah.
Put runes on it,
Not to sneak on.
and you eliminate the problem
Perhaps.
with alcohol.
I'm
destroying
unsure
your
yet
liver with runes.
whether or not I will stay in the inn.
My mom was just like, everybody was able to get on. Now my mom was always
I don't
like,
quite have enough to
You
buy
know how
myself
many
a
people
house
would buy
yet,
that?
so
I've already found the pool tables.
Yeah.
I'll stick to the inn for now.
I do not know how much houses cost.
Nor do I.
At least in the short term.
This one has a nice view.
There are a few rooms with a balcony.
Really?
Oh yeah, they are quite lovely.
I'll keep that in mind. Having access to the outside would be nice. Well, I suppose there's plenty of time to look around at rooms. And there's an entire airship and other half of this inn yet to explore.
That is true.
Like
But
it
I doubt we can
outside?
stay permanently on this.
I do?
I would like to ask, do either of you know what that magic dome is for?
I don't.
That looks to be a shielding spell. Perhaps done with runes.
If so, what's it shielding? I don't see anything inside unless they're using other magic to hide it.
I don't think they're hiding anything in there.
What's its purpose?
Hold on. There's a few different kinds of shielding spells. It looks like, at least from what I can see, that this one's intended for people to come in and out of, but not magic.
Oh, perhaps it's a sparring circle. Goddess, I haven't sparred in decades.
Goddess.
Nearly a century now.
Interesting. That's quite a long time.
Yeah, I've been around a while, but
The more complex ones can allow for certain items to enter but not exit. Interesting.
Are you able to tell them apart from each other? Do you know what kind this one is?
I would have to observe how it works myself. I don't have any abilities that would let me magically analyze
well, that
it.
sounds like a fun activity.
It does. I'm curious to know.
Field experimentation.
Perhaps someone could cast magic within and without it to find out.
Well, I can do shadow
Perhaps.
magic. Oh, speaking of someone coming out of it.
So it
Interesting.
definitely lets people in and out.
Something to play with later, I suppose. A new toy.
Onward and upward, as they say. Excuse me.
You're quite alright.
feel like he doesn't make out much.
What about this way?
That one is not on.
You are able to beat
Hmm?
the Rhine.
Oh, it looks to be some form of either tavern or.
She craves
Ah.
some nightshade. From what I know, that's a poison.
I suppose that might explain a few things about that one.
Nothing. I'm gonna get your fingers stuck if you don't.
No, I was just going to what is what I forgot what.
Yeah, go on. Go on,
Friendly
Jester,
was
laugh
going
it
to
out.
ask if you had to pay for entry.
Yeah, go on. It's real funny.
I had to pay for entry.
It was pretty cheap in the grand scheme of things.
Speaking of tavern, there's certainly a lot of alcohol here.
There is.
I know some people
And no food, from what I can tell. It's quite a shame. Where did...
Okay, you don't have to make a scene. You
I'm-
don't have to make a
I'm
scene.
here.
Gentlemen. It's not
Sorry,
necessary.
I borrowed your shadow.
Name was on risk.
It's quite alright.
Very confused.
We'll go this way.
Alright,
Did you tell anyone regarding?
alright.
That is the thing.
No one is
I've
on board?
never.
Let's not describe
The only people that
strangers around us
I
as
thought
enemies,
were
okay? That
people
might-
in Kashin.
It might
That
make
I
a
was
couple
coming
people
for
look at us.
Kalypsia.
Here second ago. Don't know where he went.
Well, that is
found food.
strange to say that at
Indeed.
least.
Hi, Eka.
Hello. I hope you are settling well.
And hopefully we can
Well,
start making
take my
things,
leave.
because I'm quite tired of making things
Too many people in here right now,
qualified
but
to.
And can go outside. And don't know.
We've been up north for the past 7 years doing only that.
Never not sunflower.
You know, technically, there's not even an outside on
No.
the ship. Because we're inside the dome.
Parents are back
Well,
home.
okay,
not know
outside I'm not used to it. It's weird.
Mine too. Are you assuming I am child?
It's kind of like, you know, wasn't that when you're inside the building? Then you're
Maybe.
outside the building, but you're not outside technically.
Don't meet a lot of little people around here.
There are, yes. But I am
Oh,
it's darker in this area.
it is.
Human age.
It takes more mana to fall into shadows at night, or in the light.
Would you rather we didn't go outside then?
Depend on beast.
It's still doable. Come on,
Can only grow to.
I want to look at that shield.
Alright,
It is fine.
I will go where you wish to go.
It is easier to hide in bush if there is danger.
I don't know.
You do not need to do such things. You are free to go where you please, though I appreciate the company.
Doesn't look like there's anyone in here. I guess that's a good thing.
Then I want to go with
Morning.
One way to experiment.
Do you feel any different?
Yep. Feels strange.
There's a slight dip in your mana when you pass through the barrier's edge. But then it returns to normal once you're in.
It's probably the effort of getting through it.
Potentially. Do either of you have something to throw at it to find out whether or not it blocks things?
I have this. Well,
Doesn't seem to have gone through.
And this barrier is protective. both ways, I assume.
Perhaps then it is used for training. Considering there's a shooting range in that direction.
My own experiment.
But you can walk through
What if
with
it
your
works?
weapon, so I assume that means something has to be traveling with a significant enough amount of mana or force to get through.
Yep, I confirm that.
Good
Trying
to
to
know.
hit it with your weapon means it just bounces back.
I wonder who put it up in the first place.
Do dwarves know much about magic like this? The Kalypsia is supposedly built by them.
I'm unsure. I'm not familiar with the dwarves.
I can't say I'm very familiar with much magic outside of experience myself. Wasn't really a book reader as a kid.
That's a shame. Books are lovely. Plenty of training weapons.
These are just left out for people to take?
Well,
Yes, well,
I suppose if if all of us were invited here, I can't. Well, not quite invited, but all of us got our tickets. I'm guessing they did some sort of background.
they had to have. They let us all on. But another interesting topic.
But maybe they didn't. Maybe they only knew as much as which people experienced that dream.
And again, how do they know?
Have you seen this celebration? Oh.
It's alright. She scares easily.
I apologise. I didn't mean to startle.
I'm sure. A celebration. Oh. Sail away celebration. Drinks and snacks.
Seems like it's going to be in a couple days.
Why not? You'll be there too, won't you?
I've never been to a celebration before. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, suppose it depends on what you hope to get out of it. Drunk, full, satisfied the curiosities. I look forward to people watching.
Echo and Letta got me drunk.
How did that go for you?
I felt sort of like I was floating. And then I got really tired after a while.
Yes, that sounds
Sounds
about
right.
Though They said something about me needing to eat before drinking next time.
You ought to. Bread always does the trick. You can eat and drink at the same time. You can avoid an awful hangover.
They didn't tell me till after I started that I could get sick from not eating first.
It's rather cruel.
They just said it had slipped their minds.
If they say so.
That they're used to talking to people who know these things.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
I've only been on the front part of the ship. Have you found any points of interest?
Yes.
There's a house down there that has a blue light inside of it.
Closed. A tavern. This one's much smaller. They really want people to come to this celebration.
Yeah, I saw a few others around town while I was looking at the houses themselves.
It should be quite the party. These must be homes. My arm is shaking standing behind me like that.
What's up here? Seems we're both climbers.
Confused masochistic bard.
It was a useful
Quite
skill to
tight
learn.
balcony.
Indeed.
Shouldn't peek through people's homes.
Elfie, what are you doing up there?
Don't hurt.
just
Oh,
Captain.
no.
Oh no, don't.
Sure.
Don't.
What?
Startle. You're right.
Did she just fall?
It seems like it.
Okay.
Are you
Foremost,
okay?
Captain,
What were you
know
doing
that
up there?
I thought you were.
I was climbing.
I thought that you were a traveler.
Many of you convinced
You were just
me
passing through.
to join, so I thought I'd give it a shot. You make it sound so exciting.
Well, I hope to see you around. Once again, I'm mostly here to see if this thing can even fly at first, and I'll see if I stay further.
Very well.
Okay, I just don't
Then
want you
I'll
to
enjoy your
hurt
company
yourself.
for as long as you're here.
I've climbed a
I look
lot.
forward to it as well.
It seems to be okay.
But now I need to see why people are
My travels.
climbing buildings already, although I can't really speak because I have a
If
feeling
they
I'm going to be
didn't want
flying to the
people to
roof of
climb
buildings.
them, they shouldn't have put a ladder there.
Oh, was there a ladder?
Mm-hmm.
There's an insane move.
Well, again?
It isn't. Oh, here. Yeah, because it goes up to that balcony.
Did not expect to see you here, Mesama.
Wasn't expecting to be here myself.
Still be careful. Be careful.
But it's nice to see a friendly face.
I'm still waiting to see
Ah,
across the
blocked path.
square here again towards the Chico Grips with another burger. Should we just go see in the town hall probably to see if he's actually making another one?
I don't know.
Kalypsia, that's a very high term.
I'm unsure why he says such things. I tried to get him to drop the formalities previously, but it must just be part of his ingrained culture.
I would have said part of his charm, but that works too.
You are much more flattering than I, then.
Yeah, well, I've met too many people to hold back what I want to say. Oh, speaking of, it seems we're accidentally leaving someone behind.
Ah, apologies. Did something catch your interest?
The blue light on that building.
Is it open?
I believe it is.
Did you want to take a look? She's kind of adorable in a hopeless, senseless sort of way. Asks for permission, follows around like a puppy. Can't do anything on her own, it would seem. There's something nice about that.
It's a small space.
Huh.
Doesn't look like anybody has claimed it.
Probably be pretty cheap.
And it comes with a pretty blue light. Perhaps, Alpha, if you're not interested in a room at the inn, you could claim this house.
But I don't think I could afford a house.
I suppose that's fair. Maybe over time.
Who knows, maybe by the end of this we'll all have a house.
Perhaps. If this is a long-term stay, I have yet to find out.
How do people usually make more money?
Various jobs and services, I suppose.
Like the people we gave money to for food in Milsante?
Precisely.
I don't know anything about cooking.
Nor do I.
I've gotten pretty good at it.
Perhaps you could teach her.
I'm not against
Leto
that, yeah.
showed me how to cook the meat that I tried salt on, but he said it wasn't very good cooking.
Oh, it takes practice.
I didn't know that you had to cook it.
Ah, yes, this was the salt incident. I remember.
Seem to have missed out on some fun.
I'm sure there will be plenty more opportunities.
What is that word?
Oh, boutique. It's a fashion store. Clothing. I doubt they do armor, that's more the blacksmith's job.
Right. Are you thinking about...
I've only had this apparel. I gained it in my travel.
It suits you. But... we'll be traveling to many places, I would imagine. Having a variety of options due to different climates might be nice.
I did notice the weather in Keshin was different than in Hinade.
It's further south. Warmer.
The trees were different too.
They were.
doesn't seem that the trees here are like in Hinode either.
No, not even close. What are those?
I'm not sure.
Sorry. How to get it out of my... Look at the beeping! Look at the beepy babies! Oh!
Oh my god. Is there a gate here?
I don't know what they are, but I want to keep them forever.
Is there a gate? There's a gate, there's a gate, there's a gate. Ah.
Have you ever seen one of these?
No. Can't say I have.
Me neither.
Oh my god.
You said you want to keep one. You think that you can buy them?
Maybe. I don't know where I would put one. I would be happy just coming to visit them, though. I just think they're quite cute.
You. Leto uses that word but won't tell me what it means.
Does he say it to you?
He says that I am cute.
I don't know how I would describe the word cute. But it's probably a compliment.
Well, it depends on in which context you're using it. Because there's the fluffy animal cute. And then there's the romantic cute.
Romantic?
You don't know romance.
Ah, this is gonna be a conversation. Good luck.
Oh dear. I asked for that one. So, romance is... Do you know what a partner is?
Like a traveling companion?
Kind of, but it's a travelling companion that you... Do you know what love is?
I don't know that word.
Back up.
I'm very amused by this conversation and looking forward to seeing how you navigate through it. You have my support.
Thank you, it's very helpful. So, love is a strong, positive feeling that you feel for someone that makes you want to be around them for a very long time. Sometimes for life, sometimes not for life. Depends on the person and the romance. It's very complicated to explain, but I'm going to give it a shot because I have nothing else to do. So,
I think that was a good start.
love itself, like I said, is positive feeling that you feel for someone that is normally very strong. It can start off quite weak, but over time it grows and grows. This is only for romantic love. There's also different kinds of love, but I do not have the time nor energy to explain every type. So we're going to focus on romantic for now. And when you feel this love for someone, it makes you want to be around them. Please tell me you know what a hug and a kiss are. A hug is when you embrace someone with both your arms and wrap it around either their chest or whatever area you can reach, depending on height difference, etc. A kiss can, well, you can either kiss someone on the cheek, or on the lips, or elsewhere on the body, neck, arm, wherever. Kiss is usually more romantic. Hugs can be done between friends. And if you love someone, it makes you want to hug and kiss them. That's the best I got
You're
for now.
supposed to kiss people that you're not friends with?
Sorry, can you repeat?
You're supposed to kiss people that you're not friends with, then? You said hugs can be done with people that you're friends with. That implies that
If you love
kissing
someone,
not.
you're usually friends first. I say usually.
Wasn't expecting to get a love lesson today.
If you love someone, it
quite
usually goes on
fascinating,
to something
though.
called a relationship,
Yeah,
which is like a
someone can be so
friendship, but
sheltered.
stronger. And also you do that kissing and extra stuff, which I am not going to explain because I am not explaining the birds and the bees on my first day arriving on the island.
That would be an interesting story
Wait,
to tell.
I'm confused. What does this have to do with birds or bees?
It's a metaphor.
This one takes things very seriously. They don't understand.
Okay.
Figures of speech.
Well, it's an expression that is used to describe a certain explanation of a thing that is usually given. Excuse me a moment, I need to go to the restroom.
No worries. It's all very complex.
Yes, it.
I hate when that happens. Poor Beta. Are you gonna hug me? Are you gonna fucking hug me? Why doesn't she show up on my camera?
Oh, is this right?
I would call this an embrace. Yes.
How long are you supposed to hold someone?
Until you're ready to let go.
Hmm. What if you don't feel ready to?
I find it hard to understand the kind of life that you've led. So I can understand, at least, your inexperience. If you were anyone else, I'm not sure that I would have allowed that. But I know that you are learning. It's quite alright. I suppose another addition to this lesson would be that you wouldn't typically do it to someone if you're not close to them.
They said that you can do that with friends. But that we're friends.
Indeed. I suppose it's just a warning for anyone else. since you were learning.
I'm not sure that there's anyone else I'd want to do that with. Not yet.
That's good. I wouldn't recommend it. Trusting so easily. Thank you for the love lesson.
So I do apologise for ending it early. I unfortunately had a bit of hair in my eye.
That's alright. Can you step over the fence? Well done. Shall we continue our exploring?
May as well.
Happy to know that this is not a place to get easily lost in. It looks bigger than it is.
I'm sure the dome probably helps with that.
Certainly. This is quaint. Huh.
I've seen a few things like this in my travels. Yeah. Right.
Well, I suppose if I want to pay for an inn or a house.
True. If you didn't want to stay in a room, this seems like an option. And they're not too bad either. They've got a nice view. Right next to the fluffy creatures.
That's also true.
You could see them from your bedroom.
Imagine if you could set up a tent in the enclosure.
You probably could.
Now that is somewhere I would live.
Have you determined where you want to stay yet, May?
No, I was going to keep exploring the rooms at the inn at some point. But it's a bit of a choice.
What?
It's a hard one to make. I need to figure out which vantage points I want. What layout would be best for Natsume and I. What's safest?
I suppose so.
What suits me?
When choosing where to stay, I've only ever been concerned if it was safe or not.
It's a similar thought process to my own. Though if we wait too long, there will be less to claim.
Rooms will all be taken up.
Exactly.
Well, if you're thinking about safety, I'd imagine the inn is probably safer than a house.
I'm inclined
Given
to
it would
agree.
be a building full of adventurers and warriors.
From a family known for being envoys.
Though
there's a bit of a trade-off, though. The inn is full of people that
Good
you
morning.
don't know.
Morning.
It is.
Or at least that I don't know.
Well, I suppose there's only one way to change that.
I heard earlier the offer extend to room together, but you'll have to forgive me if I would rather get to know you first before making that decision.
Those two.
That is entirely fair.
Yes, mercenaries, aren't they?
Is he going to jump?
Who is that?
That might be Finch.
Oh.
He has wings to fly, does he not?
I've never seen him fly. I'm not sure.
What else would wings be for if not flying?
Well, forgive me, but Evolution is an interesting process. The more generations, perhaps, even if you have wings, they're not meant to fly. Your friend Leto's wings are quite small. I'm unsure if he can fly.
I haven't seen him fly.
Precisely. Whereas the bird folk, his name, I believe, Alden, with the large dark wings. He looks like he could fly, and
The
I've seen him do
scary
such
one.
things. He's not all bad. A bit forward, I would say.
Maybe I'm just not experienced enough then.
That does not surprise me in the slightest. Alright. Well, it would seem the three of us still need rooms. We can look around and see what's open. We'll know at least where each other are staying. Single bedroom. Not much of a view. Are you alright?
I think I don't want Dale.
What?
I think I don't want to stay alone.
I wouldn't mind sharing for a short period of time. Or offering my room for you to stay on nights that you don't want to be alone.
Are you sure?
No. It shouldn't be a problem. Just... I'd want to be clear that it's temporary. Only when you need it. I would recommend you still claim a room as yours, even if you'll spend some nights in mine.
It feels safer to be with.
I agree. I can understand that. My traveling companion is away for the time being. Exploring this without them is odd.
I claimed my room.
I'd be interested to know what you picked.
Yeah, I picked the 3-bedroom for the simple reason of space. Unfortunately, all of the balcony rooms are now taken.
Well, then I hope you like the roommates you end up with.
Well, I hope so, but if I don't, there's a nice big window I can throw them out of.
I see. I see. That might be a problem later.
That was a joke, to be clear. I won't be throwing anyone out of any windows.
We'll see about that.
Probably.
I would hope so. Did you want to take a look around? Unless you like this
Yes.
one.
There are more rooms I haven't seen yet.
Perhaps you can point yours out as well while we're looking.
Certainly can. My room is this one.
Not far. Easy to remember.
A lovely little double bed.
It is spacious.
And a lovely view of the roof. Unfortunately, my view is not quite as great as it could be, but...
Well, if you tilt your head at just the right angle, you can see the clouds and the mountains.
I see. We should look at some more.
He's doing his job. This one does have a nice view. You'd have a roommate if you chose this one, though. If that frightens you.
Yeah, that was my thought process when I first looked at this one. Is while the other one has separations between the beds, this one does not, which means you'll be waking up right next to...
I wouldn't
someone
be
on
very
that.
keen on that.
Neither.
It is a nice view, but I don't want to risk being with someone I don't know.
So a single bedroom, maybe.
It's too bad. That one's also close to the balcony.
It is. This one is a box.
Yeah, this one does not have anything in, unfortunately.
What's in the box?
I hope it's a cat. Well, that does mean that it's not guaranteed to have roommates if you wanted to try and furnish it. This one again.
It
This is another
seems
three-bedroom.
that
Oh, this is the one we met in.
It is.
it seems that there's only the one left that's for a single person.
Unless there's some hallways hiding from us.
Maybe.
We could look around to be sure. We do seem to keep going down the same hallways.
That is true.
Though, you'll have to pardon me, I'm a bit directionally challenged. Oh.
I was unsure if I would make my way to Misante alright, so I understand.
I should probably go study it more. Consider.
Well, this is
I
lovely.
really had to actually
It's like a
care
private
about
balcony.
this. I didn't leave the islands.
Oh, it's supposed to meet you anyways.
Yeah, that is a lovely view.
It really is.
Stay there.
Accompanied by flowers.
Nice, beautiful floating island.
It's hard to hate it.
but I wanted to explore.
It's pretty.
Well, I mean, there's not really much ways to get to there, and
I doubt you
besides
can
the
sleep
occasional
here.
traveler, you really only find maybe a Martello
I
Shibon.
could if I needed to.
And then if you go to the upper islands, there's the port.
It's not like you'll get rained on outside here anyways.
This
That's
is
true.
a nice revelation to have.
Perhaps down the long hallway.
Indeed.
At least I can do. Something I am good at and easy well to do.
Then I shall have my people see to it and get them to.
Well, they must be stuck up for
deliver
a
to you.
reason.
Because
No one
should
has
you find yourself
quite
questioned,
confidence.
Stairs.
Oh, I know. They all just sort of have
Something behind
sticks up their asses. They think themselves better than us.
It's another 2-person.
Seems like there aren't many single beds left.
That's right. You may be correct then in the idea that there is only one left, leaving you with one option or a roommate.
That's too bad. This one has a nice view of clouds.
You could claim it anyway. It might be worth your time.
But if I get stuck with someone I don't know, I wouldn't stay here.
Then how about this? We go claim the 3-bedroom that we met in. I will claim a room for myself, my companion, and you. And we will share.
Are you sure?
I'm in a similar boat to you. I would rather not be roomed with a stranger, and most of the rooms have been claimed, or there is no divider between the beds shared. I think this is the safest compromise. Unless you want the single bed.
You're sure that your companion is safe to be around?
The safest, I assure you.
Okay.
Then shall we claim it before someone else does?
Yes.
You'll have to remind me where it is.
We may need to search around a bit together. I'm
Perhaps
sure.
that is why they seek tavern.
Alright.
You have a
I
lovely
know it's
evening.
not on this side.
I believe it is the only unclaimed 3-bedroom.
That should be easy to find then.
So,
The hell is Smurf?
my one
This
is on
one
that
was
side.
a 2-bedroom.
Are you sure?
Thought it.
Where would the 3-bedroom be then?
That direction, maybe?
Unless
think
someone
it
else has claimed
back
it now.
down the hall.
Is the 1-bedroom?
I think it was this one.
Indeed.
There we are.
This works.
It's not as good of a view as the other one, but you can see the clouds out the window here.
It's better than no window at all.
Or looking out onto a roof.
Do you have a preference
Or
for
a
the
box.
bed?
Oh. I... What do you prefer?
I'm a bit selfish in wanting as much privacy as I can claim.
That's okay.
Only if you're sure. We are sharing, after all.
I don't think that I'm big enough to justify a bed that size.
Nor am I.
And do you have a companion?
I suppose. I don't know when I will see them. But even so, I'm looking forward to being roommates then.
I am as well.
You don't need to bow.
I'll be just across the hall.
Not far. Shall we claim then?
Yes. Yeah.
Now I have to remember where the door is.
I'll do my best to remember for you.
Perhaps there's something to drink downstairs that isn't alcohol.
I can imagine there would be. I can imagine some people who can't have it.
Are you hungry?
Think they have tea?
I hope so. I've not yet seen the things that we brought aboard, so I cannot make any myself. Or I would, trust me.
I forgot to thank you for the tea. It was good.
I'm glad. As was the cupcake.
I'm a bard.
I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Or at least very familiar.
Will you be performing at some point?
Not tonight.
Hopscotch, though.
Sorry,
Have you read the news board? Is there anything that gained your interest? Perhaps.
I can only carry 2 at a time, but perhaps the kitchen has something
There's
other
the
than
one
alcohol.
called the Sentinels, the onboard guardsmanship. Perhaps that caught your fancies?
Do you need my help?
No? I would assume as much. You don't have a weapon on you.
They are a bard. They're working on a song currently. They won't be performing tonight.
Seems like we're drinking 5 today.
Oh, goodness.
I was unsure how many you're supposed to bring over.
Even the sight of food is not sitting right with me.
Should I bring some back?
It's not a problem, but I'm not seeing anything other than alcohol, unfortunately.
And unfortunately, there's nothing in these crates that could be used for tea or...
Alcohol it is, then. actually.
Maybe there's a place somewhere in town where you can get different drinks?
Maybe. Do you want to look for a moment? I'll be back.
Yeah.
Have you sorted out your accommodations?
Perhaps distant invitation over there.
Yeah, we picked a room there.
Ah, yes, I'm referring to you.
Seems I don't have a choice there.
No, she will take after. Yes, but also the most risky.
Okay. I can't keep doing this. It's going to get worse. I don't have any more. It's bound to happen sooner or later. Growing weaker because of it wasn't really an option. Though it does feel a little better already. No. I'm not equipped to deal with what's going to come next, probably. And now your roommate's with her. Oh. Maybe we can slip away. Stairs. Door. Just for a moment. Slipping out the side's gonna look more suspicious. Be smart, May. What do you do? You don't let anyone see you're distraught. Stand up straight. Out the front door as quickly and unsuspiciously as possible.
No, I think you got one. You found a good one. Over by. I don't know if I'm going to,
Oh, for God's sake.
See if I need to.
What do you mean the competition?
The Air Tavern.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, the tavern that's
I thought
already
maybe you were
here.
talking about the blacksmith, but yeah, the
Can I speak with you?
Yes.
Either way. Yeah,
Man,
I'm
that
not sure
outfit
that I
must
want
be
to,
popular. It's a pretty nice outfit.
I don't know my way well around enough.
I'm sorry, do we, know me?
Oh, you poor thing. Look at me.
Your hand, it's soft warm.
You felt it before. You understand? I apologized for lying to you.
Oh. Why tell me out in the open? With so many people around.
I'm going to say this bluntly, but I don't mean anything cruel by it. Not as many are as naive as you. Come. There are many who would take a look at me and realize right away what had happened. And whether you choose to believe me or not, it was my intention to tell you before I lost control over it, considering it's only fair now that we share a room. But it wasn't meant to be a permanent secret in the first place, just one to be kept until I knew it was safe.
I see.
And to be entirely honest, I'm still not quite convinced, but I don't really have a choice.
Why were you hiding it?
There are some who could recognize me by appearance.
Oh, you're someone well
met. Well met is putting it kindly. I should be all right for now. I have friends that can keep you safe. I meant it when I said that I wouldn't let anything bad happen to you. But I understand if that trust is now broken. And to be quite frank, you don't know me, nor do I know you. She really is naive.
Your hands still don't feel like those people who hurt.
I don't know who hurt you. I don't quite understand, nor do I need to know right now. Something that does concern me, though, is that you've said that you are from Hinode, and you've been treated this way.
So, you're from Hinode as well. Is that it?
Yes.
I apologize. I couldn't tell you why I was treated that way. I was born into it. Been that way since my very first memory.
That's alright.
Nobody ever told me why. My family simply said that didn't think that we deserved to live.
I don't believe in that. Perhaps the emperor before was cruel, and the one before him. Perhaps this new one will see it a different way. That children shouldn't be punished for their family's past mistakes, assuming that they made any in the first place.
I'm not sure. In 335 years, the first time I've been outside. This is the first time I've been presented with choice, direction. I'm experiencing so many new things. I've been told not to trust people, but then I met you.
It's complicated. Part of me wants to tell you to heed that warning. I lied to you. Anyone can lie, even with good intentions.
You were just trying to protect yourself.
I was.
There are many things I don't understand, but trying to survive, one thing I do.
Survival is important. It's why I will also warn you that growing closer to me may be against the integrity of survival.
So was coming out this far because of a dream. Eventually I had to leave that place or I would have been killed there. But once I left, I could have stayed in Hinode. I knew nothing of the world outside of those.
That does beg the question. If you know nothing of the world, and the dream shows you homes, places you've never seen be destroyed. Hinode be destroyed. What drives you to protect it? Why are you here?
I'm still trying to figure that out. It felt like I had to. Didn't feel right to go from escaping one death to just await another. And coming here has turned out to be pretty good. I'm still scared of a lot of people and a lot of things, but I met people who call me friends. I met someone who told me that they want me to live.
That's still true.
I thought so. You didn't try to kill me as soon as we were away from people.
There might be some things that I keep hidden, but I did not lie about my name, nor did I lie about not being a fighter. I don't fight.
I've never fought before, but my family did teach me one spell for it.
Good. I hope you only have to use it when it's necessary.
Only Eka and Leto have seen it used before, but I thought I could trust them.
Do you still?
I think I do. They haven't done anything to break that trust, though I'm a bit concerned over some of the people that Eka speaks to.
Yes, you said a gun was pointed in your direction. Over a misunderstanding. That didn't sit well with me.
It was scary, but I'm also used to it.
That doesn't mean it's right. I don't believe in that.
Unfortunately, I don't know any ranged combat stuff. So the best I can do is fall into a shadow and try to slip.
Perhaps we could learn one day. I really ought to have at least one combat spell.
What branches do you fall under?
Mind. and dream. But
dark and dull.
we are opposite ends of the spectrum then.
I suppose we are.
The darkness is frowned upon in some places. I can see why people would be wary of
I've been
it,
told.
but I've not seen you do any harm with it. I will not be so quick to judge.
Well, you've shown me and told me a bit about you. The least I could do is show you how I can defend myself.
I trust you with this. If I leave this building hurt or not at all, there are people who will find me eventually.
Why would I hurt you?
I don't think that you would. Accidents happen, though. But you could.
Just be sure to not walk in front of my hand.
Does that not hurt you?
Not exactly. It looks painful, but what's actually occurring is that I'm extending part of my soul out of my body to form a physical weapon. The only weapons that I was able to study up close were swords.
This is your soul.
Technically speaking, yes. Or a part of it.
So what happens if someone breaks it?
Nobody has, but from what I'm told, soul magic has a bit of a risk reward to it.
Noted.
I know that one downside to this is that the natural resistance to magic that my body would have due to the soul is lessened when I extend it into a weapon. So I'm more susceptible to damage.
Understood.
But on the bright side, I suppose, you can shift where you do it across your body. I haven't learned to do it in more than one place at a time, though. Extending that much of your soul becomes difficult.
It sounds quite exhausting.
It can be, especially at first when you're not practiced with it.
I don't know if it's yet possible, but I did hope to one day master all corners of the Tempest spectrum. I don't know how taxing that might be, but perhaps your knowledge will come in handy one day.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going up the stairs. I shall let you be.
It's not a problem.
he heard anything.
He may have. I apologize for my poor choice. I typically would have been more careful, but I didn't think anyone would be interested in the towers so fresh onto the ship. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I would have
probably
rathered.
should have sat at the table to keep up.
I'm usually more careful. I suppose trying to get to know you while boarding the ship made me drop my guard a bit. I won't make that mistake twice.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. I had motives of my own. And it's as I said. Sooner or later, people will see and people will learn. We are all on an airship together, with only so many places to hide.
I suppose so.
My companion. The one who will be sharing with us. They are the one that frightened you. With the red hair. The guard. They will not hurt you. You have my word.
Just what kind of sway do you have over?
I suppose I hold a rank of nobility in Hinode. A voice that can be heard. There are other here from Hinode. Others that will know who I am when we leave. When they see. I won't be able to hide my title for much longer. But I'd like to for a bit, if that's okay with you.
I have no intention of telling anyone your secret.
It's not that. It's that it won't matter soon enough. It's not a secret that I can keep. I told you. There are some who will recognize who I am. I won't be able to hide anymore. But for now you don't know.
Mom.
And I would prefer it that way until you do.
That's fine. I doubt that I'd even know exactly who you are, Paul.
I take that as a compliment. I think it's safer to not know. For me. There are many who aren't exactly pleased with my position. People have tried to kill me over it. That's why I need the guard. Something else perhaps we can relate to. Why am I telling her so much?
May. Promise me something. Promise me that you'll live.
I will try. That's the best that I can do. I don't quite agree that my life is my own. I don't live for myself, but for others. But I will try to find those moments where I can, for me.
I won't let anyone hurt you.
Oh, this is gonna get this poor girl hurt one day. Thank you.
You're my friend. I suppose only normal.
I don't have many of those. You are among the few.
Something that we have in common.
We're finding a lot of those, aren't we?
I suppose we are.
I really hope Alden didn't hear much.
Oops.
What?
Your eyes, you remind me of those flowers. The balcony.
You're gonna use my words against me, are you?
I like.
Thank you. Shall we then?
We should.
Is that the way out? Or is it that way?
We came up the stairs, right?
Yes. Give me just one moment. I'll be down. We really ought to find something other to drink than alcohol.
Oh, I was coming back with this. The merchant at one of the stands said this was tea, but it's a bag of dried herbs.
It can be tea. We can take it to the inn to make.
Hello.
Fuck. Hello again.
Are you busy?
We were going to make tea. Can it wait just a bit longer?
Right. Sure, I suppose it can.
Thank
Who
you.
am I to stop you?
I don't want to be alone with him just yet. I don't know what
I
he'll
would
say.
love to have a chat, however, later.
Of course. That shouldn't be a problem.
All right.
Where's Natsumi? Jasper even.
Is everything alright, or just looking for your friend?
I've gone the wrong way.
We were following and then
Because I'm directionally challenged.
Found it.
Either way, that would be,
Our wings are much bigger than Leather's house.
They are. But I'm not sure I've seen her fly either.
I have not.
Hopefully she can protect me. Though with Jasper around, whoever does try something won't get away with it for long. Oh shit, he saw me. Stay in character, Taylor. I heard that gasp. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna fucking book it. It might be nice to also find something to eat. The disguise kept me from eating much. It's been a couple of days.
You couldn't eat while using it?
It's not that I couldn't, but it made you a bit nauseous. I described it as wearing something far too tight. And despite all of the hassles that it's going to come with without it, I'm thankful for it to be gone.
I suppose if it makes you more comfortable, that is a good thing.
Alright. This looks like it could be a barrel of water. We could fill the cauldron, put it over the fire, and put the herbs in it. Here. It's a shame there's not. Careful now.
It's heavy.
It is. We can try to steep the herbs. I don't know, I'm doing herb things. That'll probably have to sit for a short while. Usually it's made for me. I'm not familiar with how long it takes. Would you like to share something?
All the food that... Oh, is there something here that you would like? I'm not familiar with most of this.
Nor am I, but this seems simple enough. vegetables. They're kind of everywhere. I'm unsure of the meats or what these are.
I've only ever had the meat, and I think that's bread. It looks a little different than the bread I was given before.
Would you like to try it?
I've had meat before. I think I should try new things.
Then this seems to be the safest option. Here.
I can grab a couple of the chairs. Let's eat in here.
We can wait for the tea and then take it.
Okay.
Where did you said you got this from a merchant?
One of the little stands out by the big crystal.
Should be fine then. I would prefer different cups than these, but we'll have to do.
They look like small buckets.
They do. Usually they're meant for things like ale. And I would have had this prepared better than this, but we're working with what we have. It's going to be hot. Be careful, don't burn yourself. Now there's an
Never
entire
had somebody
cauldron of
make
tea.
a drink for me.
Well, certainly better can be made, but, well. I did my best. I've never been much of a chef.
This is very hidden away.
I promise I'm not going to do anything. I
didn't think you were going. I was just thinking it's a nice spot.
I'm a bit nervous, I'll admit.
Another thing, Devin.
You'll never hear me admit that out loud ever again. If it's going to kill me, may as well get it out of the way. I've definitely had better. I don't know what kind of tea that is. It's not from Hinode. It's not the Asana tea. Maybe it's further south.
I can't explain what it is. That thing about drinking me feel calmer.
That's good. Especially for you, I would imagine.
I suppose it is.
Now, don't ask me what's at the bottom of the plate. But if you're not familiar, and stop me if you are, this is corn. These are the edible parts. You don't eat the whole thing. There's, I guess, a cob underneath these kernels. It's hard. It could hurt your teeth.
I see. I don't think I've hurt my teeth.
Maybe it's not possible for you. You are... more resilient due to your race, maybe?
Maybe. Though I also grew up only eating very loose and soft.
Well, this isn't very soft, at least the cob isn't. The kernels on top are, sort of. The carrots look roasted, so they'll be mildly soft. And this also looks like a roasted tomato. It'll also be soft.
You wanted to too, right?
Right, actually, I did not grab us utensils. I'll be right back.
Utensils?
I would prefer we didn't eat with our hands.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that I find some here. 2 forks. Have you ever used a fork before?
No.
The spiky bits
Looks
at the
like
end.
some sort of weapon.
It is, sort of, against food. Like this. There's a carrot on the end of it. That's not bad.
You must have to be really careful not to stab your tongue or the inside of your mouth, huh?
Right. And don't bite down on the fork. That will also not be very good for your teeth.
It's kind of sweet.
A little bit. They're good for you.
Are they?
All of these are vegetables. They grow in various places. Trees, bushes.
Oh.
Oh. It's nice to finally eat something.
I didn't realize that you weren't eating well when we met.
It's unbecoming to show it. Careful, May.
You said they were called carrots. Do you like carrots in particular compared to other food?
I don't dislike them, but I can't say that I eat very many of them. I'm also not all that interested in tomatoes, so you can have that one. It's also somewhat sweet and juicy.
What is it that you do normally eat?
Well, I don't know if stabbing that one's gonna be of much use. Hello.
It's...
A shade passed through.
Did you want to introduce yourself to them?
This is hard. You said it would be tough.
Is it hard?
Apple.
Oh. Why is there an apple on this plate? Hello there.
Greetings, the two of you. We hope that we are not interrupting.
No.
Eli, right?
Yes, I met you earlier. I believe your name has slipped my mind. What was it again?
Ailsa.
That's what it was. I'm Lucy. Hi.
Pleasure. May.
May. It's a pleasure to meet you, May. Eliza Ferrantief.
Me as well. Did you board today as well?
Yeah.
And I take it you've had the dream.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Anyone important to you or worthwhile has had the dream.
That's a pretty bold statement.
It's truth, is it not?
I suppose it depends on what you
They're
think.
destined for greatness.
Holy shit.
Well, I think that those who have had the dream are destined for greatness. That is my opinion on that.
I've never been important before.
It all depends on your
Can
perspective.
you speak up? Okay.
I've never been important
Oh,
before.
this man.
Well, if you've had the dream, then that's changed, has it not?
I don't think that it changed.
Well, some here are under the opinion that there might be some mage somewhere trying to lure us all into a trap. I take it you've taken this dream quite seriously.
Of course. It's to stop the end of the world, is it not?
Depends on what you've seen.
That's what some people think, at least.
Have you had one of the wider world?
one of the a dream regarding the wider world?
Some have it of their homes or nearby lands, and others have described vast expanses of the rest of the world. Where do you fall in those categories?
Well, I saw both my home burning, Solasta, and alongside the rest of the world.
I see. Careful.
Do you need food? Drink?
Are you choking?
Okay.
That thing is so sweet.
I don't know why there's an apple on this plate. That doesn't make any sense.
Do you not like apples?
Not with... The combination is interesting, is all.
What else is there?
There's carrots and corn and something else that I don't know.
Perhaps you can identify it. I'd slide it across the table, but, well, it's a large table.
It is rather large.
We're all like, what the fuck is on this plate? Can I help?
Perhaps chicken?
No. It's the things that grow. They grow on dead logs. Stuff like that.
Oh.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, that's what they're...
Mushrooms.
It looks like mushrooms.
Mushrooms are good if you've never had them, Alfie. There's plenty of variety.
I have not.
I'm not sure what kind these are.
They're even softer than the carrots.
And cooked. Yep.
Pardon my question. Hopefully it's not rude, but... Do you consume... food?
I can.
You can, but...
Yep.
Do you need to?
No.
Understood.
What did you see in your dream?
I saw my home. I'm sure you don't
I
need the
assume
details.
burning like everything else?
That sounds about right.
Well, we'll stop it before it occurs.
That is the hope.
Where?
I know we will.
Where are you from?
Solasta.
Solasta.
The deserts?
No, I've never been there.
A shame. Especially for what I assume you must be a dragonkin as well, right?
Yes.
Well, it's a shame that you haven't been to Solasta. There are many, many dragonkin there.
Perhaps that means something.
I was under the impression that there was very few of our kind.
Well, your impression must be wrong then.
Interesting.
There aren't many in Hinode.
It doesn't seem to know how to shuffle its own. What are we
Oh,
supposed to do?
I see.
Is that where you're from?
Yes.
Both of you hail from there?
Liked it.
Indeed.
I didn't get to see much while I was there, but I liked the trees. The ones with the pink petals.
I liked them too.
So is it saving the world that you're after, or a title of glory?
Why can't it be both?
I suppose it could be, if you can achieve it.
I know I can achieve it. I'll find greatness and be able to become a legend.
You sound confident.
I am.
What makes you so sure?
Is there something wrong with that?
I have yet to see what you're capable of. I don't know where this confidence comes from.
My abilities, my prestige.
Have to prove it.
I will prove it. I'll come to prove it, and they'll all understand that I am truly great.
I look forward to seeing it then.
It reminds me a bit of one of my cousins.
Oh?
They are both dragonkin, I
Were
think.
they great?
One of them. That's what he always told me.
Where is this cousin of yours now?
Gone.
Oh. Gone.
Setting Dr. Jasper.
All of my family.
He's right.
Just got somber
I'm
real
sorry
quick.
to hear that.
I don't think it's
Still don't
It's-
understand.
It's free to actually use. I do not know. I simply snatched off of
It's
the wall.
complicated.
I was afraid that other people would get them.
Huh. Who knows then?
It certainly sounds like it.
Well, I'm taking full
Well,
advantage of it.
Did I scare you?
Assuming you had the dream and you're telling me the truth, I'm sure they'll be proud and happy, wherever they are, to know that
And
you are finding greatness.
All I know is that I saw the place I was getting destroyed, and then places that I had never been getting destroyed.
no matter.
And I didn't want to sit there and wait for it to happen.
I get to check everything out, so that is what I may need to do. What brought you here?
Well then I know.
That's honorable.
Go on, Lucy, sorry.
Okay, then don't let me stop you if you are.
Well then I'm glad to hear that you have the drive to save the world, like the rest of us.
We don't know that for certain. Not about everyone here.
When I said the rest of us, I was assuming... I was referring to the table here. Unless you don't want to save the world.
I suppose I do, in a sense.
I think she likes me.
Hello, Docket.
For
If I'm being honest, I think it's a bit less about saving the world and more about living.
In a way, she is correct.
Especially
Not completely, though.
Well, living comes a part of saving it, I suppose. Or...
In some ways, they're intertwined.
That they are.
That's not true, though.
You can't live without
There are
world.
people... Yes, but there are also people who will sacrifice their life to save.
Hello. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. But I was wondering if you were done with the tea?
You want to talk? I'll be back in a bit. I'm all tangled. I'm tangled. It was nice to meet you both. Careful.
It was a pleasure meeting you as well.
Right.
You're right. The corn is hard in the middle.
Well. Come along, I suppose.
Just eat the outside part.
Molly.
Oh. That's kind of weird to eat like this. Oh, sorry.
There's a nice balcony somewhere around here.
You're absolutely fine.
Oh, there it is.
Why don't you take some supper with me?
Does your friend not want to join us?
No.
I'm not convinced she won't be listening underneath.
One just wants to take a seat and it's so difficult. There we go.
You should be used to balconies by now.
Well, one would think so, but it's particularly slippery as wood. Either way.
Tea's not very good. I don't recommend it.
You'll smell it. Is it the same tea?
No. I don't know what kind of tea it is.
Well, it certainly smells different. So, well, can you come a bit closer? Goodness.
I'm not afraid of you. Just interested in the surroundings. It's interesting being this
That's
high
fair
up on the
enough.
sunset.
That's fair enough. Aren't you scared that I'm going to do something?
Not particularly. A bit.
Well, I must say that it's rather bold of you to not even change your clothes.
Not as many are as naive as Alfei. I figured many would catch on quite quickly anyhow. There wasn't a point. But also, I've not seen my luggage since getting here.
Fair. Well, I suppose it might be under a different name.
I've not lied about my name.
Fair enough. So...
What?
I'm not quite sure where to start, or where to even go with it.
Well, I certainly don't owe you an explanation. I could give you one, though, if
Well,
you're kind
certainly
enough.
not. Oh, yes? Well, I do think I recall that you said that you owed me one. Not that I want to use it like that, but...
I did say that. I did mean it as well.
However, I wouldn't do that. If you wish to explain, then you can explain by your own volition. I did, however, get rather curious about it.
So I've noticed.
It's just strange to me why someone might hide their race.
It's not that strange if you knew who I was.
Oh, really? Well, fair enough. Now you're leaving me more intrigued. That's not really fair.
It keeps them coming back, I suppose. Something to look forward to.
Yes. Indeed. After all, we did talk about it. Being mysterious, doesn't it? It helps a lot. That's one thing that I should ask. Did I get to know you, or did I get to know a fabrication called May, the human?
It wasn't all lies. In fact, most of it was quite real. Though I don't expect you to believe anything. Not now.
Well, the fact that you were so forthcoming with... Well, again, you didn't even try to hide your clothes, or your choker, or your makeup, or your nails, or, goodness, even the way you walk. I don't know that you really expected to... Was the threat in the town? Is that what you were worried about?
The unknown. We're about to board an airship, first of its kind, made by dwarves that I don't know, surrounded by people that I don't know. Our tickets mysteriously paid for, rooms paid for. They all know that we had the dream. Is that not odd?
Oh, well, certainly. Not that you knew that last part. But fair. I suppose if I could do it, I might have done it as well, so I cannot entirely blame you for it.
No. I don't know whether or not you've had the dream. And to be frank
I
with you, I
haven't.
don't particularly care. It doesn't affect why I'm here.
Well, I suppose that's fair. I take it that you have, then, given what you mentioned about everything being paid.
Indeed.
No, not quite. I had to pay 20 silver for my entrance ticket.
20.
Well, the ticket person was very nice.
They were nice, or were you?
Well, both of us, I guess.
I expected as much.
Listen, it's just smart to haggle. You should always haggle.
I don't disagree. Though I do believe in giving people what they're owed.
Certainly. But one does not take from the other.
Perhaps.
Well, I like your ears and tail, and your eyes are certainly a more vibrant color now, aren't they?
They are. Do you think flattery will get you far?
Well, sometimes it does, but it's not really flattery. Well, it is flattery, but it's honest. I mean it. I meant it then, and I mean it now.
Then thank you. I prefer it this way.
Well, I'm sure. I can't imagine it must have been easy to pretend to be something you're not.
No. Not at all. Was I convincing?
It's hard to say, but I think you were. I mean, you had me fooled anyway. I certainly knew that something was up. You know, a couple things didn't make much sense of what you had talked about. But I didn't expect, oh, well, she's not actually a human.
Mm.
Could you ask your friend to leave us in peace?
Only because you asked so nicely.
It is what it is. I was an outsider, so I have no right to complain.
Alfie,
No. I'm from the mountains north of Rivendell.
I'll be alright. I could come find you afterwards.
I suppose, but still a bit of a trek and a lot of cold. What's caused you to make your way up there? Just happened so?
The Scholar. It's close enough to home. I spent a number of years in Rivendell as well, for similar reasons.
Don't trust him entirely.
Hopefully this place proves
I'm being cautious.
better in that regard. I don't know how many spells they have aboard.
I don't want to be in the presence of someone that
Alright.
is a coward.
Not to take an initial journey.
I'm uncertain as to how many people were specifically selected versus finding themselves here.
I thought from the beginning
She's a bit nervous. I'm sure you can understand where she's coming from.
Well, yes, and that much I gathered during the Merchant's Town. She spent a lot of the time, well, I would say stalking, but she wasn't really subtle about it.
I don't believe she knows any better.
Right. So, I imagine that the story, at least regarding being the daughter of a jeweler, given what you said about your name, is not true.
No.
And please, don't take it as me wanting to know your name, which I do. I more mean it as... I would like to know what to disregard and what to, you know... I want to get to know you now again, I guess, I suppose.
I am not a jeweler, or come from a family of jewelers from Rivendell. I am from Hinode. I am a noble.
Oh. Oh. I see. A lot of them from Hinode. So
Indeed.
far from home.
None of which that I know. Before coming here, aside from the redhead.
The redhead?
The guard.
Oh, I see. Is that the companion you spoke of?
Indeed.
I see. Then I take it she's your guard.
Yes.
Right.
There's no sense in hiding these things when people will find out on their own eventually. It's better to be forthcoming.
I suppose that's fair, and I appreciate the honesty. At least now. And I don't see that, again, you would hide it, given...
You ask a lot of questions. I don't think I know your full story either, and I just believe that one way or another you would find out. It's in your nature.
Well, I am a rather curious bird sometimes.
So I've noticed.
I suppose it's only fair then that I share a bit more. It's true that I am a merchant, or at least I trade a lot, But I also do other things. I take care of the farm back at home, and more importantly, I'm a bit, I guess you could call it a guard. Yes, I'm kind of a guard for the forest. Or part of a group that guards at least our section of the forest. I deal with the more problematic types, you know?
Mm. And what of Molly?
Molly is not me, and it's not right that I say anything about her. If you wish to know more about Molly, you should ask her.
I've certainly tried, but she's rather elusive.
Well, to be honest, I mentioned some of the thoughts that I had regarding your odd behaviors, so that might explain it. I suppose now that you've come forward the way that you are, perhaps you'll be less elusive.
Talking about me behind my back, then?
Well, yes, a little. I'm not going to lie, but she's my friend. Of course I spoke with her about things, not just you, but everyone else. It's hard not to, right?
Then humor me. Anything to cause alarm so far in your investigating?
I don't know about alarm, but I did find a few odd things. For one, you're not the only noble, as I'm sure you find out.
I have.
A representative of... Oh goodness, the name eludes me now. You know, the big Elven Empire.
Valinor.
Yes, Valinor. Directly from the king, no less. I mean, I mentioned it the other day, but goodness. I'm suspicious as to what he's doing here, and his presence is definitely trouble, one way or another.
Agreed.
Then we have our little firebrand downstairs. He seems very up himself, doesn't he?
Ah, the one with greatness.
Yes. I overheard, or at least I overheard that someone mentioned him as a lordship, so I think that he might as well be a noble.
Interesting.
Then a couple things here and there, but nothing as worrisome as the presence of, well, that elf.
And then it's not as bad as I thought. Though, that is not something that I was fond to learn of either.
Not a big fan of the elves?
Not those ones.
Fair enough. I must admit that I don't know much about the politics of the world outside of Asana.
Perhaps it won't matter to you. And perhaps a warning doesn't mean much, but I do give it. Just be careful of him.
Fair enough. I will be wary. I already was, but definitely more. A noble. So many nobles. I suppose that the dreams didn't spare those of the upper class. It's good to know.
I suppose we could gather that just from looking around. People from all over the place, different conditions.
Yes, but it's interesting to try to find a pattern.
I've not found one myself.
I have not either.
Though there are many from Hinode. That doesn't sit well with me.
So, what kind of wild folk are you? Are you a wolf, or a fox, or are you... Well, there's so many options. I could be sit or lay.
I'm a kitten.
Oh!
Not a
I
fox.
see. Alright. Fair enough. I suppose that makes sense. I hear that there's a bunch of you in Hinode.
It is our home.
Right. I've never seen one of you.
Really?
Are you all so pretty?
Nice try. Thank you. And yes.
Fair
I'm a bit
enough.
surprised, that bastard. Did you hear anything in the tower?
No, I did not eavesdrop. I entered, I saw that you two were speaking, and I allowed you your privacy. It is not right. At least, no, not like that anyway. So no, I did not. Whatever you discussed is between you and her. I swear that.
And I'm to believe you.
You're what?
Am I to trust you?
Well, I'd like to think so.
There's something about you that I don't understand. Something that I can't quite put into
What
words.
is it?
Your nature is concerning, but it is similar to my own, I
Except?
would have presumed. Trying to learn about this place and who's on it. I wondered if that's why you'd ask so many questions. I don't fault you for it. I just wonder of your intentions.
Well, if we're being honest, one, it's not like you were the only one that asked questions to, and two, it is true that I had an interest, a general interest, but I did want to get to know you a bit more. I still do, really.
I knew that I wasn't the only one.
The only one?
You were asking questions too.
Right, of course. It's hard not to. Oh, the shadows grow longer.
The sun is setting. You've not given me a reason not to...
I didn't fall.
Not this
Go.
time. You've not given me a reason not to believe your word. I'm not quite the type to just completely cold shoulder. But if it means anything to you, you'll only get one chance to lie.
I don't like to lie. It's not something that... Well, the Fae are not really one for lies. A lot of the time anyway. You know, they're pranks and they're double meanings and all of that, but no, I am not fond of it. I will not lie to you, at least I'd like to think that I won't. Oh. Goodness. It's fine, I'll just stand up. Ugh.
It's only fair if
But
I
no.
have to stand, so do you.
Certainly. No, I don't
Stupid
like to lie.
fucking ears.
We're very honest in the forest. And I'd like to keep it that way here too.
Very well.
Now, of course, there are things that I just won't share, but I think that's fair, you know? certain details. Not everyone is, of course, entitled to know everything about everyone else.
I'm not asking to read your diary or hear your deepest, darkest secrets.
Well, good. You know, you might get scared.
I doubt it. Gets dark quickly. I'm fond of you. You're entertaining. You're different.
Well, I'm fond of you. You're mysterious and pretty, and I'm very curious to get to know more about you.
Well, considering you've also decided to board the ship, it seems like there's plenty of time for that.
Certainly, I would hope so.
You look so cool at night, and I look like
Lest
a glowy
we crash
fucking
into some
bitch.
mountain. Wouldn't that be a landing?
It would.
I would say that I would be spared, but sadly there's a barrier around the airship, so I think I'd go down with it.
I think you'd find a way. You seem capable enough.
Oh, you flatter me.
It's only fair.
Come, I want to show you at least where we might be staying for a bit.
Alright. He's showing me where he's going to sleep.
Imagine that given that you have a guard, you'll be perfectly fine. But if something comes up or anything, or maybe one day you just want to chat, and me and Molly are staying here, at least for now, we're going to try to convince whoever owns the farm to let us stay there in exchange of helping around. We like that place much better.
It's got the creatures.
Chico graves. Had you never seen one?
No, there aren't any where I'm
Me
from.
either. They're adorable, aren't they? They're so cute.
They're very cute.
And apparently they're omnivores and they lay a lot of eggs, so I guess it makes sense why they have them here.
It does.
Right. Well. What?
We're neighbors.
Oh, really? Oh.
For now, at least, until you live on the farm.
Well, maybe. It wasn't decided yet. Can you show me your place? I'll show you mine. I'm just curious about the inside, really. It's much more modest than I expected.
Very dark in here as well.
Yes. Well, let me show you ours. Come.
Yeah.
So, we were thinking, we have a room here with 2 beds, so we can get rid of them, right? And we can use it for anything we want, really. Then we have this table, and then we have these 2 other beds. And if we end up staying in the farm, since, you know, whoever paid for it all anyway, we could use this room for so many things, like storage, or, I don't know, a kitchen, or etc. Oh, a place for Jags. You know, that was a good idea. We can make like a little bird paradise or something. But yes.
Will you be sharing this room with others?
Only with Molly, maybe. She might stay outside, she might not. Why?
There are 4 beds. I'm surprised you didn't end up with roommates.
Well, we took a while to choose a room, and no one had to pick this room, so in the end, it's that easy. Just get lucky.
I suppose. To each their own. Good find.
Certainly. Right. Well, it's getting late, and I don't want to keep you from your friends too long. However, I did want to... Well, now that we're getting to know each other a bit better, and now that we're being honest about things, I thought that the best thing that I could ask for, given what you told me that you owed me, how about... in 2 days there's going to be a festival. How about you come with me to the festival?
This is what you're asking for your favor.
Yes. Oh, great noble, won't you come with me to the festival?
Very well.
Great. Well, it's decided then.
At least I'll be in good company.
Oh, well, same to you. Well, I'm glad that you're still being nice, you know. I was worried when I saw you. I'll be honest, that May had just been a fabrication and that you were just, well, someone completely different. But I'm glad it's still you.
I don't like to lie either.
Fair enough. You know, maybe there'll be a vendor in the festival selling a human pin.
Then I'll have to buy it. What would be the odds?
All right, well, thank you for your time, May. It's nice to meet you, truly this time.
You as well. The pleasure is mine.
Yes. Now I need to go find Molly. Have a good rest of your night.
You as well. Say nice things.
Yes, well, maybe.
I'm changing because fuck these glowy ears. Fuck these glowy fucky ears. Fucking fuck. Frick fucking frick. Please don't glow when I put you on. Please don't fucking glow when I put you on. I will be devastated. You'll break my... No glow. You'll break my heart. You want to break my heart. You do not want to break my heart. Nice. Got a glowy dot. We like glowy dots. Fucking... Yeah. Glowy dot time. It's glowy dot time. We're gonna leave that there. That's our mug now. I can't see the door when I'm with you, but I love it. Am I being courted? Oh my god. Just kidding. He's playful. It's fun. I'm sure that he's not being completely genuine. At least May doesn't think so. But she really does not want to lie. She wants to keep herself safe and she'll do what she has to.
Why would you ever need to resort to cannibalism?
Stairs are dangerous at night. You can't see them.
Usually that's like a high...
Whoever made it must be truly master at their craft.
Must be.
Those clothes look much better on you.
Hey.
I'm sorry that took so long. Do you mind if I join you?
It's okay. That's fine. You changed.
I did. Something more familiar. Now that I don't need to hide it.
I see. Is this going to become a regular thing? Every time I look away for a while, you come back different again?
That would certainly keep things interesting around here, don't you think?
I suppose it would.
Unfortunately, I think I'm out of tricks.
We were in the tavern for a bit, and lots of people were drinking and celebrating in there, but it was a bit too crowded and loud.
I can understand that. My ears are also sensitive. Is that alcohol this time?
Yes, they said it was called mead.
Understood.
It's really sweet, but also kind of spicy.
At least you've eaten this time.
Yes. Eka. Did you fall asleep?
No, just resting my eyes.
I see. Do you want to try some?
No, thank you. Oh, he's staring. He's so cute. Are you alright?
Meron sama.
Pleasure to meet you again.
Oh.
Again?
We spoke
Honey?
on the bench.
This is like...
Yes.
Ano?
We spoke about your family's business. Alchemy and such.
I'm confused.
May sama. Only the
Poor thing.
He is apparently something.
Konbanwa, jo. Teka.
You don't need to be. I apologize.
I see.
No need to apologize.
I don't mean to make
It
you
is,
nervous either.
It's simply just very, very big honor to be in your presence.
Oh.
Yo, Heka.
I don't know these words, boy. I've not been very open about it. But I appreciate the acknowledgement. It's nice to see someone from home.
Did not expect to see you here.
Well, when the dream shows you Hinode burning, then someone ought to do something about it.
Did you receive the dream as well? I will do everything in my power in service to Hinode.
I would be honored to have you fight for our home.
dark? Is it too dark? Is it too dark? Is it too... It's not that dark. It's a little bit dark, not that too dark.
Yeah, good day
Sorry,
to
did I...
lantern.
They have rent. They have renton if you want to use.
I mean, yeah, but... That only helps so much.
Hey, better than nothing, right?
I guess.
Oh, enough stars. Oh no, this is a couple of stars. I don't think we're far enough into the night to see more yet.
Well,
Still a little bit cloudy too.
oh, okay.
Yes, Fuck off.
We're gonna be in the sky, Lemon. Forgive me. Come on.
Huh?
Open your rings and thrust them.
Is she always like that?
You're acting like I don't even know how to fly now.
Well, we didn't have the best first attempt. She has other people that she needs to talk to frequently.
I understand.
I didn't expect to see someone speaking a native tongue.
No. When you come to bed, our room is rather dark, other than the candle on the table. You may want to bring yourself a lantern.
It wouldn't bother you? The light, I mean.
No. Admittedly, I do not anticipate getting much sleep tonight. But it should be fine in general.
Are you worried?
Thank you. Thanks. Okay.
This is cause for alarm. Concern. I don't yet know if this place is safe for me to be here.
I'll do my best.
What do you need getting in for?
Don't fret over it. I'll be alright. I'll do what I have to. I am not a fighter, but I am a mind mage.
Alright. Oh my god, it's so dark. Yeah.
Go.
They really need to put
You're my friend.
Yes. I would just rather you put your energy into yourself rather than me. You are from Hinode, after all. You are my responsibility.
But this is for I'd be sad to see you go.
Well, I can't stop you. Just know that I would prefer if you didn't.
Your guard isn't. So, someone has to take that off.
I think perhaps mead makes you bolder. Again, I can't
That's
stop
it?
you. A bit. And slurry.
Is that a bad thing?
So long as you don't make yourself look a fool, then no.
I won't.
Good. I'm going to the room. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Good night, May.
Good night.
Here we go. I don't think that we've gotten to know each other, so I would like to introduce myself, especially if we're going to be around the same airship. I think it's good that we do. My name is Alden. It's nice to meet you.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh. You're kind of hard to see. Sorry.
It's okay.
I've gone the wrong way. It's dark.
Cat. Sorry. The last time I
Must be that way.
tracked with a bird, it pecked me in the head.
It is a little strange. We're flying ship and now get a bunch of people on it with the dream.
Yes, it is rather odd. But it's a very expensive trap, that's for sure. The Kalypsia.
I found my way there eventually. Me gonna go eepy. Eepy meme. Eepy meme.